right, Joe, what else? Anything you want to talk about?
What do I have next? I guess if we're talking TV shows that
You watched Arcane?
I watched the remaining two, not the remaining two, I guess, but I watched up to episode 3.
Up to episode
So
two.
last time I only watched one episode.
And everyone was very angry.
And everyone was very angry. Even though nobody told me anything,
Yep.
I was like, okay, I'll watch one episode.
Yep.
And they were like, no, you have to watch till episode 3.
I mean, can you see why people wanted you to watch
I get it now.
3?
I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 3 was when shit actually happened. So I was like, all right, cool.
It's like a full closing of like one arc of the story.
It's literally Cyberpunk Edge Runners episode 6. It's like where all the shit happened.
Yeah.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. Like, that shit actually happened.
Oh,
crazy.
shit! Are you going to continue watching it in your own free time?
Probably.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah. One thing I was really afraid of, especially after I finished episode 1, I was like, God, I really hope this show isn't hype just because the animation is hype. Like, I was so worried about it.
Because the animation is stunning.
The animation fucking fantastic.
The animation
Brilliant.
is great, yeah.
So good. Such good directing. Like, all the fucking, like, 300-ass, like, slow-mo scenes that cut in every now and then look sick as fuck. But so I was really worried after episode 1 where, you know, because I gave my thoughts on episode 1 where I'm like, I get it, I guess, but nothing's really happened. I'm not really invested in the characters yet. So I'm really glad after I watched episode 2 and 3, I was like, oh, okay. Stuff's actually happening now, and there's like, it's actually hype. And, you know, there's like a character death that happens, which I wasn't expecting, and that really like pushed the story in like an actually interesting direction. So I get why people were upset. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you hated it.
Yeah. I can't. No, I'm not that contrarian. Come on.
So you actually like Arcane now, you could say.
I thought after my honest thoughts after episode 3, I was like, that was great.
Has Aki watched it?
No.
Oh, I thought she liked League.
She's a reformed League player.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to explain like kind of what happens in the
Spoiler
next
alert.
2 episodes?
Yeah, I don't want to give. Do I give?
Yeah, you can spoil it.
Yeah, you can
Spoiler
spoil
it.
it.
If you haven't watched Arcane, go watch it. If you want to skip ahead to where the spoilers end, go to here.
Yeah,
Go to the
timestamps right here. So I guess like. Oh man, I watched it like over a week ago, so I'm trying to remember what happened
There's the
exactly.
underground world above the
So we left
city.
off from last podcast being like, oh, this is just Final Fantasy 7 again.
Yeah, this is literally Midgar.
Kinda, yeah, it's kind of it's just Midgar.
Yeah, it's just Midgar reskinned.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have all the main characters, Vi and Powder.
Powder, yeah.
Was her name right?
Yeah, Powder was her name.
I don't know why I keep thinking her name is Snow. It's Powder. So Vi and Powder, and then like the 2 like guy friends. Forgot their names.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They die in episode 3. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I forgot they die.
Yeah, they straight up die in episode 3. So I guess there's like some kind of like new science that is trying to bring magic to the world. And the 2 guys that the guy that discovers it gets imprisoned and trialed, but then one of the other professors is like, nah, I'm going to help you bring this to a reality because I believe that, you know, magic in a technology-filled world isn't going to cause chaos if it can be controlled. And I was like, okay, that's a cool concept.
Yeah.
So they try and figure all of that out. Meanwhile, Vi and Powder and the 2 guys, after they stole some of the scientific magic stuff, they are fugitives. You know, the guys from up top are trying to like find them and bring it back and all that kind of stuff. But they're like, nah, we're gonna use this like greater power and try and fight the upper people. Like we're no longer like vermin scum anymore. We're gonna fight back. We're gonna show what
gamers rise up.
Yeah, we're gonna show what the underground people really have. And I guess like the what's the name of the guy who's like the leader of the underground thing again?
Oh,
what's his name? The big dude.
I forgot the name of the big dude.
The guy who dies in episode 3.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
I forgot his name as well.
The other guy's called Silco.
Yeah, that's right. Silco's the bad guy, right?
Well, as you ask.
Well, yeah. He's the brother.
He is the brother.
He's the brother. Yeah. So the supposed evil brother has created this like serum that turns people like berserker mode or something.
Yeah.
And he's trying to use that to like, I guess, fight for the underground in his own way.
Yeah.
But his brother, who is, I guess, like the caretaker for Vi and Powder, is just like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We don't want to. We did that last time, and
he
bad
also is
things
kind of like
happen.
the unofficial leader of.
Yeah, he's like the unofficial leader. So that creates like a split between the underground community. And then I guess Silco is like, yeah, I've had enough of your shit, bro. I'm gonna capture you and do things my own way because we have more, I guess, pride than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
You know, we're not gonna be pushed around anymore. I have this new serum that's gonna help us get out of here. And the bigger brother's like, nah, dog, that sounds whack. We're not gonna do that. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna kidnap your ass and torture you so that I can bring these other kids out.
Yep.
And you know, try and get them to come on my side. And Vi's like, we gotta go save our dad. Powder, you fucking suck though. So you stay. And then Powder gets her feelings hurt.
Yep.
And then I
Fucking
guess
kids,
yeah,
right?
it's like, fuck them kids, you're staying here. Your weapons suck, you can't do anything. And Powder's like, I'll fucking show them. So she takes one of those like glowy blue things that she stole from the up above. Piltover, I think is the name.
Piltover.
Yeah.
So she takes one of them and is like, I'm gonna create a grenade out of this and like try and bust them out and help them.
Yep.
But unfortunately, the impact is too strong, and she just ends up fucking everything up. Kills the two friends. Vi is like, you're dead to me. You killed our dad. And then I guess Silco finds Powder and was like, you're my daughter now.
Come here, child.
Come here, child. And then I guess that's where we start to see like a slight shift in like, I guess now Powder is going to become almost like an antagonist.
Who knows?
Who
Keep
knows?
watching, find
Section.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's where I stopped watching it. But what I really appreciated, especially about episode 3, was the fact that it finally started to actually, like, it wasn't until, like, I'd say about halfway through episode 3 where I finally started to see, like, okay, now I actually know where the story is going.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, especially episode 1 and a lot of episode 2, was just a lot of info dumping.
Well, they had to set up the world, right? And I think
Yeah.
it's kind of tough. But, you know, I think they made it as engaging as they could.
I think they did too.
The part of the world that really got me invested was, as you mentioned, this whole idea of like magic being turned to like technology and what tool was being used. Because there are so many aspects to the world of League that all have to like come together.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really interesting take on what the scientists were trying to do.
And even though it was top and bottom, there was multiple sides to Piltover and Zorn. Each had like their rivaling factions that I think all made sense within the story. And all like there was no clear correct answer to any of them. And I think that's what made it really compelling, because there's like 5 different groups of people that all want totally different things.
That all have a point
as well.
And
there's not necessarily a clear person who's the problem. There's people who seem more evil, but it's not always so clear cut. And I think it's really impressive, like you said, that they managed to kind of present that based off this really complicated game lore, which for the record, but League of Legends lore is really weird, because about 8 years after the game came out, they were like, nah, actually ignore all the lore that you've learned up to now. It's none of it. We're redoing all of it, and it's all shit. So they had like 100 characters that were made with lore.
Right.
Yeah.
And so now they were like,
and it was a joke. It was a joke for a long time in the League community.
It was a joke. It was all really stupidly complicated. They'd be like, this is Aatrox. He's the god, and he was made in fire. And like, it was just kind of like, it was all very like, this is my OC. This is how he fits into my world.
Very tacky.
Yeah. And so they were kind of like, ignore all the lore. But obviously you can't really get rid of a lot of these characters or really remove all of that lore entirely without like, so it's a kind of a mess of a lore game. And so they smartly decided, look, let's have a bunch of characters that aren't in the game kind of be like the pillars of the story that allow us to then bring characters that are relevant into it. So Vi is a playable character, which, and then like, her inclusion makes a lot of sense. They didn't try and shoehorn characters in, which I think they could have done. And be like, whoa, it's that guy. No, like every character that's included
like it wasn't
makes
a fan
lot of
service
sense.
show.
No,
Right?
not at all.
But I think like as well, like, you know, I think that's like one thing after watching episode 1 only, where I didn't have a lot of faith in it, because it was setting itself up to just be like the good guys versus the bad guys kind of story that's just been so overdone. And like now after episode 3, now it's like, oh, you don't know who the good guys are. You don't quite know who the bad guys are. Now. I much prefer storytelling like that.
I think,
and I was so glad at the end being like, oh, thank God it's not just like a fucking another good guys versus bad guys story.
I think you'll be very happy then with the rest of the shit.
What are some characters that you enjoyed then? In the first 3 episodes, because I think you can get a good gauge of some of the characters now.
I liked the guy who died.
I liked him a lot.
I liked him so much.
Everyone liked him a lot.
It was like the kids. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
When the dad died, I was like, no way they killed him off.
And
what?
And he died in like the worst way as well.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, he just wanted to protect his
a lot of
kids.
people wanted them to be after that. Where they were like, please make him a playable character. And they haven't.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Silco was not a playable character, and he got to be a TFT thing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Silco, I think, as of right now, I don't quite have a grasp of what his character is like, but I have a feeling I'm going to like him by the end of the show.
He's pretty good. He's pretty well written.
He's in my opinion, like the most interesting character in this entire series. You seeing his journey from like where he is now to where he is right at the end. I think he has one of the most interesting character arcs out of everyone, and he's not even a playable character.
Yeah,
which I think like says a lot about how much League
they're confident
invested in just like we are invested in not making this a League trailer. You know what I mean? We are just trying to make a good product.
Sure.
And now is the best time to watch it because season 2 is around the corner.
Right. Season 2 is around the corner.
Next month.
Yeah.
Like
next.
When is Arcane season?
November.
It's November. Yeah, next month. Right?
Next month. Yeah.
I hope they keep the same intro song.
Oh, I don't.
I love the song.
Oh, no. I was gonna say if there was any like negative things I would have said.
No,
that Imagine Dragons song is one of the most fucking annoying songs I've ever heard in my life. It is so bad. It is so fucking bad. It is terrible. It is terrible.
What?
It is so fucking every time.
Why?
I'm so glad.
Why?
I'm so glad Netflix has the skip intro button. I mash that shit.
I never once skipped
You are
it.
so close to a W take, Joey.
no.
Weird.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy. This is like shitting the bed at the last.
I'll give Arcane all of its flower and praises.
That's
Change the
crazy.
fucking opening song.
No.
No one wants to hear Imagine Dragons. They're shit.
I love the intro song.
Nah, it's so annoying.
It's so good.
It is one of the most annoying choruses I've ever heard.
That's crazy.
It's so whack.
Yo, just wait for Linkin Park to be in season 2.
Oh, I'm not excited for that
Is it
either.
actually Linkin Park? Is it
No,
confirmed?
I don't
I
know.
hope they keep it.
I hope they keep it as well.
so good.
If it's another Imagine Dragons
just
song,
keep the same-
I'm skipping that shit
Just
too.
keep the same opening song.
I mean,
man.
Imagine Dragons has been in life support because of League. They literally every popular Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, why are we
songs-
keeping them alive?
I guess because they probably cheap.
Pull the plug.
Pretty cheap to hire.
Pull the
them.
fucking plug on them, guys. Please, Riot, you're better than this.
Yeah. I'm wondering, did you get to see any of like the other male characters? Because
I think you do meet.
you meet Jace and Victor.
Yeah, those are the guys who
They're cool.
tried to do the science thing, right?
Yeah,
And, what the
those-
fuck's the tiny professor guy? Professor
Heimerdinger?
Heimerdinger?
Heimerdinger!
I was like, all right, you're kind of cute.
Oh, Heimerdinger. How they made such a likable character out of like one of the most
He
hated
is the most
champions.
no one likes playing against him.
No,
really?
Yeah, because he puts down these little fucking annoying turrets. And he just runs away.
Right.
Yeah.
He's so annoying to play against.
Yeah,
He's a little
when
bitch.
he's talking to Jace in the cell, and he's just like, "I'm 300 years old," and I'm like, "I love you."
He's great. He's great.
Yeah, he's great.
It's like, you little shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's-
Well,
so, yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm
Now
glad.
Go
I'm fucking
home.
glad we did it.
Go
We
home
did
and
it, guys.
finish.
We won.
It's
We
the
won,
only
guys.
time I'm giving League a W. Okay.
Now you can go home and watch the rest.
Yeah, I guess so.